Ready for it?
Yeah.
You ready, team?
Ready.
You ready to do this again?
I'm ready.
Ready for your third time's a charm? Right? We get a little better at this each time that we do it. Practice makes perfect. That's why it's live video. Hey guys, so I just did a live feed on my personal page. I did one on Instagram. Now I'm doing it on Sheehan and Company. And this morning I came into work and I had a couple of emails from gentlemen who were asking me what size they should wear and they should buy. Actually, a few are from Europe, and we did realize, and I'm sorry, that we don't actually have our measurement chart in centimeters and we have it in inches. And that's something, it's very easy to fix because on Google you can go and you can translate what they're gonna be, but I know that's a lot of back and forth. So we're gonna be doing the work for you, and we're going to be putting metrics onto our size chart. But outside of that, you know, your size is your size, whether it's in inches or whether it's in centimeters. We're going to show you a couple of key things that I think you should know about as far as when you're purchasing product, especially when you're purchasing product online, because, you know, you have to have a good idea of what measurements you are so you can purchase the right size, and executing the use of a size chart appropriately. So I'm actually going to hand this over to Steven. You're going to flip me around again. I like it when you flip me around, Steven. A couple of things. So I don't care where you are. This is a really good thing to have. It's a measuring tape. I have one of these. I basically think we have 9 million of these floating around here. I always have one in my pocket. They actually do wind up on my dresser at home, and I have like 6 of them. And I'm like, Kenny, where's my measuring tape? It's kind of like the lighters. Yeah. Not that I smoke. So in a pinch. Now, in fashion, we use these because they're soft, they're pliable, it's very easy for us to put them anywhere. They wrap around your form. We can do measurements very easily because they bend with you. In a pinch, I've used one of these before too. It's not preferable, but you know, measurements are measurements. You can use this and still get a fairly accurate measurement, especially when we're talking about the key points that you should be measuring and you should know about on your body. Now, one of the things that you should realize is that your true measurements, you know, it's not always going to be like, you know, jacket sizes, because there's European sizes, there's suit sizing. A really good thing to know, if you know your base measurements, I guarantee you'll be able to figure out your sizing in everything else. So, first measurement that I think is really, really important for all guys to know is your chest measurement. So your chest measurement is really it's the center of the garment. It's really where you'll be able to figure out if you're small, medium, large, or extra large, especially when you're talking about buying a knit top or something that's got a lot of mechanical stretch to it. Your chest measurement really gives us a very good idea, gives you a very good idea of what the appropriate sizing should be. I want to show you guys the right way to do this. I'm going to show you guys the right way to do this. So the right way to do this is a right way and there's a wrong way. So the wrong way is generally the way that you do when you do it yourself. So for instance, if I was trying to do my chest, if I put it around myself, it'd be very difficult to get an accurate measurement because I really can't get it around me the right way. So it would be a skewed measurement. It's actually not that far off when I do it myself, but I know how to do this. But I do have a suggestion. Buddy system is always best. Have someone measure you. So Kenny, do you mind explaining? So important thing, a couple of points, then Kenny can kind of explain what he's doing. Always remember when you're measuring on your body, everybody's body, everyone's shape is different. But a general good rule of thumb is you should be measuring your chest. Your nipples are kind of the focal point. I might look a little excited right now, it's cold in here. About an inch down from where the crease of your arm is probably really where your nipple should be, unless you have a really odd shaped body. That's okay too. So what we're gonna do is, when you're being measured, you should put your arms up. This kind of creates a static position for the body and allows you to place the measuring tape around your body so it can hit your form the right way. So bodies move, so the best thing to do is once the tape is placed appropriately on your body, and it should go completely around, it shouldn't dip down. See, the wrong way would be if it dips down below your upper back. Right. You want to measure your upper back because that's the measurement. Place it on me. That's the measurement that's going to give you the full circumference of your body. Get it together, Kenny.
He's left-handed.
Left-handed, yeah.
Weirdo like that.
I'm a little left-handed phobic.
Turn this way.
And he dropped it down again. Here we go.
You gotta turn this way.
All right. Stop yelling at me. So we put this around. Once we get it appropriately placed on your body.
We'll make sure it's parallel to the floor.
Parallel to the floor.
And you can bring his arms down.
Put your arms down, and this creates your, there we go.
So 43 and a half.
43 and a half. So that is the circumference around my body. So what does that mean as far as sizing? So this is when you refer to the size chart. So in the size chart, my chest is 43 and a half. So actually on our sizes, 41 to 43 is where a large hits. Now this is also relative to the way that you like to wear your clothing. So I'm wearing one of our t-shirts, and I actually like the t-shirts to be, I don't like to wear things that are too big on me. I like to wear them true to fit, true to size. So I am just on the cusp of going into extra large. But because I like to wear things that fit me and fit appropriately, I'm ½ inch outside of large. A large fits me great. It hits me in the right spots. It's a little bit tighter, and it's not oversized. This depends on how you like to wear things. I also have a note to say, guys, about buying clothing if you're conscious about your weight. If you have a little extra LBs on and you, that's pounds, you have a extra couple of kilos or pounds on and you're conscious about it, don't wear your stuff too big. If you wear clothing that's a little bit bigger than what your true size is, it's actually gonna drape off of you a little bit and make you look a little bit bigger. Okay, so next measurement I think everyone should be aware of. If you're going to be doing, we didn't talk about this last time, is your neck size. Like, neck size is a really important size to get. Do you mind doing my neck as well? Neck is pretty simple, and this is more important when you're buying, for instance, a woven shirt or a dress shirt. You want to nail this the right way. You also want to know what these measurements are in relation to the other measurements on your body. Because you might need to trigger to buy things that might need to be custom detailed for you. Service we also offer. All right, so what is my next
So we got a 16, but you know, 16. Obviously you want something bigger than that because you don't want
So I would go to a 16 and a half. Exactly, because I do like to breathe. Third measurement that's very, very important when we're discussing tops that I really like to know is what my true waist is. Now this is one that can kind of fuck with you. Your true waist. So your true waist is going to be larger than what you expect it to be. So for instance, I wear a size 31. Okay, I wear a size 32 in jeans, but my true waist is going to be bigger. So this is the way that you figure out your true waist. Now everybody's body is different, so I always call this the teapot game. So you gotta lift your shirt up. It's important to do that too. Get a real measurement on it. Is you bend, and there's a natural crease in your body. See? Right? So this over here, when we measure the circumference around, my true waist would be the 32 in jeans. Is a 36.
36?
Yeah. So I'm 36. And why is this important? Especially when you're buying custom pieces. True waist is important to know when you're buying something in a waistcoat. True waist is important to know when you're buying a sports coat. These are important measurements. There's another measurement that's important to have, especially, you know, and I always like to keep my measurements with me so I know off the top if I'm going to be a regular, if I'm going to be a long, is our sleeve measurement. You want to do a sleeve measurement on me now?
So this one is actually a little technical. So you have to make sure your arm is slightly bent like this. And it's like a 3-point measurement. You start at your shoulder seam.
But this you'll need to do with the measuring tape as opposed to a metal tape.
Right. So you'll find this shoulder bone here, and then
my shoulder bone.
You'll stop here at the elbow, and then continue on to the wrist. And when you get to the bone there, and we're like 25.
I'm pretty standard.
Yeah, actually.
I'm like a pretty normal guy. I'm pretty basic as guys go. So I hope this gives you guys a little bit of an idea as far as how to measure and how to buy the appropriate size. So let me speak to something else. So, you know, we generally talk in terms of the bell curve as far as what we do in sizing, which would be small, medium, large, and extra large. When you get into sizes that are larger than an extra large, it's really relevant as far as what your weight distribution is and what the shape of your body is. Because if you have a disproportionate body as far as, like, you know, a lot of guys are getting older. One of the things that I've been dealing with as I hit my 40s is my weight distribution has changed quite a bit. Moved from my legs and my butt, and then from my chest and my arms into my belly. This is very common. And that's one of the things that I struggle with as far as my own body issues. But it's important to know is if you're going to be putting something on, that you get the right size for it. So for instance, if your weight is distributed and you're a fairly average height and your weight is distributed and you have like a 42-inch chest, but you carry your weight in the belly, you might want to consider getting something that has a custom fit, or something that you can actually call us and you can email us at info@sheehanandcompany.com. We can recommend what the right sizing would be and if you would need a custom fit on something. But again, knowing your measurements, knowing your height, knowing your weight, being candid and being truthful about what your weight distribution is very, very important. And then we can help you figure out what the sizing is going to be. But as a general rule, knowing these measurements, it's a great thing to have, a great thing to know, so that you can get the right size, especially when you're buying online. So that was our little tidbits for today. So remember, get one of these, good thing to have, get those measurements done. Thanks, guys.